Hello everybody, this is Jay from The Raw Nerve Show. Just testing out the mobile app on Spreaker. It's September 2nd, 2017, and I know it's been quite a few months. I think back in, I know I did a show quickly in November after Trump won, and then did another quick show a few months after. And it seems like not much has changed with really anything. with people's outrage over Donald Trump being president, with the outrage of everything. Like, no matter what that guy does, he could take his heart out. He could rip his own heart out and donate it to some dying kid, and it would still not be good enough. But I digress. Anyway, I'm just doing a quick show right now to, one thing, keep our Spreaker account alive and iHeartRadio and everything else. And, I just wanted to quickly, chat about a couple things real quick. So, of course, the big thing, it seems like every single day is Donald Trump. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, Melania Trump, the Trump family this, blah, 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 blah. It just seems like a never-ending cycle that's going to be the 24-hour news cycle for the next 4 years, possibly 8. And it's craziness. It's absolutely craziness. But such is America at this point. The entire country has lost their shit. Back in November, just people were blown away with the results of the election, and we have a nominated president who won the election, and people still, many months later, almost a year later, cannot grasp that fact. And it's quite insane. You go through Twitter, you go through Facebook, you go through just listening to radio stations, watching TV, and it's unbelievable the amount of shit that is slung at this guy just because he became president. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to turn this into a political show, but it's really unbelievable. It's really unbelievable how much shit this guy is taking. I mean, it's really like that Eddie Murphy clip during one of his stand-ups where, he said Jesse Jackson was running for president, and, white guy goes up and said, "I'm voting for Jesse Jackson," pulls the lever for Jesse Jackson. Next day, Jackson wins. And first his reaction is he fucking won. And yeah, that was America's reaction the day after the election, was he fucking won. The reality TV show guy won an election in America to become the president of the United States. And it's a shock on both sides. Like, I'm pretty sure people who voted for him did not believe he was going to win, and people, of course, on the other side definitely did not believe he was going to win. But it's amazing that everything is being thrown at this guy to, I don't know, somehow change people's minds. But it is what it is. Of course, it's September 2nd, and about a week ago, down in Texas, Hurricane Harvey slammed into Texas, and up in that area in Houston. Looking at the pictures in Houston, it's just fucking awful down there. The destruction and the flooding and just the helplessness. And for some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm older now, but I didn't feel the way I feel about Hurricane Katrina, or even Hurricane Sandy or Superstorm Sandy when it hit New Jersey, my hometown, my home state, as I do now with Houston. I don't know what it is about this particular storm, but I really felt like booking a flight to go down there and help for some fucking reason. But I don't know if it's because every TV show and even the Weather Channel app was showing puppies being swept away and all this other fucking horse shit. I don't know. I don't know if it was that. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm inclined to help during this one. And, you know, I probably should have felt that way before. I don't know. Am I getting softer the older I get? Who the fuck knows? But I don't know. It's just a really shitty situation down there. You look at the before and after pictures, and it's just horrendous down there. The amount of destruction and just the amount of water that's flooding the highways and the houses. It's just horrible. You know, if you can spare some of your money or some of your time or goods or anything to send down there, please do it. These people really need the help. They need stuff. They need, you know, basic necessities, financial assistance, of course, to help rebuild and, you know, repair after the water recedes. But Jesus Christ, man, what a shitty thing to happen. And now you look out in the Atlantic Ocean, they got this Hurricane Irma coming up, and what a shitty name, first off, for a hurricane. But you know, predictions are saying, oh, it's going to slam Florida, oh, it's going to go up the coast. But who knows? It's too early yet to tell, but let's hope that shit just goes off the sea. We don't need any more destruction in this country. But anyway, hopefully everybody down there who's still alive and making their, you know, making do with what they have, they stay safe and shit and get everything fixed and back in order. But yeah, so that's that. And then, of course, the state of the country right now, it's just a clusterfuck of people who are you know, wanting to remove monuments and statues that teach about history. I can't find one person that I know that legitimately gives a flying fuck about a statue being up. I cannot find a person. And the people who are voicing their opinions about these statues, where were they a year ago? Where were they 6 months ago? Hell, where were they a month ago with these statues? Were they out there protesting that they get pulled down? No, they weren't. So all of this fake outrage over statues, over the Christopher Columbus statue, it's this bullshit outrage that it really came out of, I don't know what the fuck it came out of, but it's ridiculous at this point. And you know, I just have one question to ask those people who are outraged. Where were you a year ago? Were you out here saying the same shit a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago? Where is that outrage? Why weren't all these protests and things held before? Why now? Like, what triggered you to get together? Is it Donald Trump? Is it that? What is it? But again, I digress. It just does not make any fucking sense to me. So yeah, so that's where we're at with the country. We got, you know, quote unquote Nazis fighting quote unquote communists. And I say quote unquote because if you really look at it, are they really going out there and spreading the word of National Socialism? Are they really going out there and spreading the word of communism? Not really. It's a bunch of people who have a twisted ideology and thought process on a specific belief system, and are basically fighting each other. They're battling each other. I don't see these guys going out there with, you know, pamphlets and standing on street corners like these creepy fucks in New York and, you know, preaching whatever they believe in. I don't see that. All they're doing is creating social media awareness, or however the hell they're gathering their people together and going out there and, you know, demonstrating their First Amendment right, which they have the right to do, even though it is a shitty fucking ideology and thought of what they're protesting or taking a stand for. It's shit, but they have the right to do it, which really, you know, yeah, it sucks that they're doing it, but at the same time, you can't prevent them from, by force. You can't prevent them by force of restricting their First Amendment right to say what they want. And it sucks, unless they're inciting violence directly, by saying, let's kill this person, or let's do something to this person. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not claiming to be a lawyer. I'm not a law person by any stretch of the imagination, but it just, I don't know. I don't think on either side anybody should restrict their First Amendment right. Now, when you get to the point of what the content of what they're saying is, then, if it does have content that incites violence, kind of like, what do we want? Dead cops. When do we want them? Now? That's inciting people to kill cops. But, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very, as they say, a very sticky situation. And, it's just a shitty situation all around. And, I just wish, for lack of better terms, can't we all just get along? Like, can't we all just fucking go about our day and, get up, go to work, most of us, go to work, make an honest day's earn, go home, eat your food that you bought, go to fuck to sleep, wake up the next day, and just live your life. I mean, stop with this shit already. It's getting out of control. It has been out of control for the last, I don't know, for the last who the fuck knows how long. But yeah, it's just, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, show update. I've been quite busy myself, new jobs, new this, new that. So, and kind of took my studio apart and moved it around and did some stuff. And of course, Dominic, I think on the last show I mentioned that he was in the process of moving, and he has gotten out of Pennsylvania and is back in the old Garden State. But we're still working out the details on when we can actually do a show together. Again, it will happen. I just don't know when. It'll happen eventually. We'll get there. Just got busy fucking lives right now, and I'm traveling, going all over the fucking country, Florida, California, going out to California in 20 days, and just it's craziness. It's absolute craziness. But We'll pop back on. We'll be back on YouTube and iHeart and Spreaker and everything else at some point. But like I said on the last one, I'll pop on every now and then. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at The Raw Nerve Show and on Facebook. And we don't post much on Facebook, but Twitter we're kind of all over the place with when we have a chance. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, again, not much really has changed since the last time I went on here and just started talking about things. The country is still fucked up, and people are in an uproar still over Donald Trump, whether it's Russia or China or China or North Korea or Nazi or this or that. It never fucking ends. Once they get done with one thing, it's another, and they forget about the one thing. And the election. Oh, what happened to the election? I thought that there was this big to-do about the election and how it was rigged and the Russians were involved. Oh, wait, that's yesterday's news. I'm sorry. So, yeah, it just goes to show you. What's news today is gone tomorrow. So, same shit, different day. Anyway, that's a wrap for now. If you want to hit us up on Twitter at The Raw Nerve Show. And, yeah, we'll pop on every now and then. But in the meantime, we will catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you fucks soon. Goodbye.